Prime Minister Jacobs-Dottir, dear Catherine, ministers, dear guests and experts. It is my honor to stand here before you today, in front of a room full of advocates for a better future, and discuss well-being economy, and more specifically regarding myself, people's health in the well-being economy. In the context of many challenges putting pressure on our economic systems, first the pandemic, now the ongoing war in Ukraine, it is imperative that we just put more emphasis on the well-being of our communities and understand what it takes and place it, and that's the aim, place it at the heart of our political endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, health is really, to me, the first and utmost important condition for well-being of humans. And health is not just the mere absence of illness. It is much more. It's much more complex. Health also encompasses physical, mental, and social well-being. And it is a fundamental right. It is a fundamental right that should be accessible to all individuals, regardless of their socioeconomic status. However, our current economic models often fail to address health through this lens, if I should say. It is a crucial aspect of people's life, and they fail to address it rightly just as well as they too often fail to address sustainability of our planet at this time. So this is what we want to change, and this is today my call also for a paradigm shift towards the well-being economy that places people's health and happiness at the forefront of our decision-making processes. So we have to understand that a thriving economy is not measured solely by the GDP growth. Now let me just focus back on health. Health is connected to many aspects in a person's life. It is connected to education first. It is connected to employment, to housing, to environment, and very important and not so much known, it is connected to the social support networks we can rely on. And therefore it is really important that political systems reflect this interconnectedness in their structural setup, and that we adopt holistic approaches in order to address the determinants of health. Investing in preventive measures has been a priority for the Luxembourg government. By promoting healthy lifestyles, by providing information about access to nutritious food, by encouraging physical activity, very important. By doing this, one of the burdens, very high burden of our systems, notably chronic disease, it's the number one burden actually, can be reduced. And sometimes it's really simple things you can do. And you can do it in collaboration with the local authorities who are really close to the people. Luxembourg is currently working on giving also mental health the attention it deserves. We recently passed a bill to make therapy accessible and free for all, and are working on our national plan to strengthen mental health in a comprehensive way. So we also have committed to investing in healthcare research and innovation, and actively support the development of health technology startups, as well as collaborations between research, industry, and healthcare providers. Our aim is actually to strengthen the whole ecosystem that not only addresses immediate healthcare needs, but also encourages more long-term wellness, ultimately contributing to the overall prosperity of the nation. A well-being economy also requires us to rethink our relation to the planet. It has already been mentioned. Climate change and above all pollution have a severe impact on human health, and it is therefore utmost important that we work towards a transition to sustainable practices throughout the economic sectors, all economic sectors. Economic growth should be seen as a means to an end and not just as an end in itself. And progress and success should indeed be measured by quality of life of our citizens, the reduction of inequalities, and the protection of our national resources. And to achieve this transformative change, we need collaboration, and we need, above all, commitment from all sectors of society, and this is the huge policy challenge we have to address. Business, on his side, should address sustainable practices, prioritize employee well-being, and invest in socially responsible initiatives. And communities, on their side, must come together, supporting each other in creating environments that foster health and happiness. Education and awareness play a crucial role in this transition. So by empowering individuals through knowledge and skills, we can create a whole new generation that values health, that values equality, and that values ultimately sustainability. The We Go Alliance and Network is, to me, a very shining example of leaders, of first movers who have championed the concept of well-being economy. So I want to congratulate you on this. And we are just all together, especially Iceland and the pioneering 3 countries, vocal advocates for redefining the parameters of success and reshaping the economic framework. You just set powerful examples for other countries like us, demonstrating that leadership can be defined by empathy, inclusivity, commitment to creating a society where health and well-being of all individuals thrive. Now, coming back to my country, we studied the well-being of our people as well. We started doing this like 10 years ago. And yeah, it's a country with a thriving financial sector and economically high standard of life. And still, we quite clearly noticed that we noticed an absence of a correlation between this economic growth on the one hand and the well-being of our people. Regarding backwards, we could see like a growth of more or less 1% on our Luxemburg index of well-being versus like 20% of growth on GDP per capita. So the slopes are really very, very different, and that's a huge issue. The results showed some alarming facts indeed. The last report we had in 2022 showed that after the pandemic, many people still suffer from anxiety, from extreme loneliness and pessimism about the future, especially young people, and that's really worrying us. The study also showed that the lack of life satisfaction is the result of mainly 4 forces acting in opposite directions. So those 4, which we identified, is on the one side economic growth. It has an impact, of course. It's the social safety nets. It's a sense of community, and it's income inequalities. So although the overall findings are not really satisfying, they give us a starting point to work on these 4 factors. And they create awareness, and they help us keeping in mind that the quality of growth matters. It's the quality of growth that matters, not the growth in itself. So in conclusion, I just want to stress that I really strongly believe that the time has come to embrace this well-being economy that places human health and well-being at its core. And our common goal should therefore be to go beyond income as the sole measure of life satisfaction and to make well-being indicators as popular as our GDP, inflation, or employment. So I want to congratulate especially Iceland for having initiated this forum. I think this is the way to go. They are pioneers, and now we have to let everybody know what it is. We have to come up with evidence and convince and just try to broaden the group of countries you are. I'm really, really admirative of what you have started, and I'm grateful to follow and listen to everything we will be hearing today. Thank you for your attention.